Hi Tyler, how are
Hello.
you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So today we are with Tyler. He is the president of Pennydrops Club in MacEwan University. So Tyler, could you please tell us a bit about yourself, like what you're majoring in and why did you choose the path that you're going in?
Yeah, so I guess I'm majoring in marketing, and I kind of chose that path because I've had some summer jobs in the past that
nice.
have involved marketing. Yeah,
That's
so
nice. Like what, for example? Sorry.
No, it's okay. Just some social media marketing to start with.
I love that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And then I got to do some event planning for kind of networking events for the company I was working with. Thank you. But yeah, it was something I was really passionate about. And then when I decided to come to MacEwan, I thought, I'm going to major in marketing because that's what I have experience in and it's something I really enjoy. So
now that you talked about that, for the marketing experience that you've had before going into marketing, did you learn on your own before going into these roles, or did they help you on the spot, or what happened? How did you get those experiences?
So I applied for the role in a nonprofit organization that I was working for.
Yes.
And then from there, I worked, I think, 3 or 4 summers in a row.
That's really good.
And so I was able to kind of build up that rapport with my bosses. And then every summer we kind of looked over what was possible and kind of what I wanted to work on for that summer.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it was a really good opportunity to work on my skills and then figure out kind of what I enjoy, what I want to focus on and stuff like that.
Well, congrats. So Tyler,
Yes.
you are the president of the Pennydrops Club at MacEwan University. Could you tell us a bit more about your responsibility and what do you actually do as the president of this club?
Yeah, sure. So first I'll kind of start off with what is Pennydrops? So Pennydrops is a national nonprofit organization. So there are 20 chapters all across Canada. Yeah. And so I'm the president of the MacEwan one. So
nice.
On a probably bi-weekly basis, I coordinate with the national team to talk about kind of how our operations are going.
That's wonderful.
Our upcoming workshops, upcoming events, stuff like that. If there's anything I need from them. And then as well, I kind of network with the other business clubs just because, we all like to kind of help each other out. We're all kind of have the same end goal in mind. Yes. And then planning events, planning workshops, and then delivering them as well. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it's a lot of fun and it's really rewarding. So
how much time does it take from you actually?
It depends. I just kind of anytime I have 10 or 15 spare minutes, I just think, let me work on an email or let me kind of go over a presentation that I have to deliver or something like that.
Well, good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Really.
Yeah.
You also just said that you conduct workshops with your club.
Yeah.
About personal finance, I suppose.
Yeah, kind of personal finance and financial literacy. Because what our national team kind of recognized is that coming out of high school, a lot of students really don't know how to manage their finances. I know, myself included.
Yeah, same.
But it's something that we can always learn and get better at.
Sorry, no, continue.
So we go into universities and high schools. So we've done kind of residence workshops here at MacEwan.
Nice.
And then we've done 2 high school workshops, but one of them was 2 days in a row. So it was, I think we taught 240 students in 2 days. Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. So how did you get the idea, I guess, in general, how did they get the idea of starting workshops and what are the steps that you need to follow to actually make those workshops happen? So
I guess the first step is kind of identifying where the gap is. So seeing what students know now and what they kind of need to know to go into the real world, I guess, when they graduate. So from there, the national team developed our curriculum. So the high school one has 8 different lessons that range from kind of career advice, kind of resume building, stuff like that. And then obviously more financial topics like budgeting, investing, banking, taxes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you have any tips for students so that they can start managing their finances during university?
Yeah, I'd say there's definitely a lot that everyone could be doing. I think the biggest lesson that we kind of teach is set a budget for yourself first. So it's really easy when you just kind of spend money over and over again and you don't really keep track of that. So we mainly say to first calculate all the money you have coming in a given month and then kind of divide it up into your savings. So first thing you want to do is kind of put your money into savings. That way you can kind of save for your financial future. From there, you want to cover any of your essential expenses, and then you should have some left over to go towards like your lifestyle spending. So we're not saying like, oh, you gotta keep track of every penny, like you can't go to movies or anything like that. But just to be more aware of where your money's going. And
I guess don't get a lot of coffee.
no. But I mean, even with that, like we talk about kind of exploring different options. So for coffee, for example, you could go to Starbucks and pay like $5 for a coffee, or you could make it at home by yourself, right?
True.
So there are even ways that you don't have to kind of eliminate coffee from your life, but just other ways to make it more affordable for you.
True, yeah. So I tried to actually incorporate that in my life because I felt like I was spending so much money on coffee, and that's absurd. Like that's really, like, why do you do that? But yeah, sometimes I'm in a rush and I still have to get it.
So is coffee probably like, I guess your biggest like impulse purchase then?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I used to hate it before coming here, but now
it's kind of necessary.
Or I'll sleep.
Yeah. That's fair.
So Tyler, there's also something that we're very interested in. I hope the audience is also interested in that. It's investing. So what is investing and how do you do investing?
Well, I mean, to fully answer that question, oh boy, I could like, I don't know, teach like an entire lecture. But basically investing is being able to spend your money in a way that you'll be able to make money off of that, if that makes sense. So you can invest in a stock, in a bond or something like that. And you make money based on the interest that those generate. So if you invest like $100 into a stock and it yields like a 10% interest rate, then you'd make kind of $110 off your initial investment. Yeah, so it's basically being able to let your money work for you in a way. So there are some different ways you can get involved. I know like a lot of banks have kind of people that'll meet with you to go over your investments or kind of where to start. But there are even simpler ways, like even just starting maybe a mutual fund or a savings account or something like that, which is very low risk. You won't make a ton of money off of it,
like
but
it's really small.
It is like it's probably 2-3% ish, but still like it's better than just kind of hanging on to your money. Right? So. And I'm like a very risk adverse person myself. Like if I have my money, I want to keep it for as long as I can. But for something like that, it's worth the very small risk to kind of make that money grow, at least by a little bit. And then kind of as we get into our careers or jobs where we're getting like consistent paychecks like every week, then it's easier to invest more of that.
But now we're like,
now we're just like scraping by. But absolutely start saving now. Save whatever you can because then you'll set yourself up better for when you are ready to invest or something like that.
That's true.
So,
that way you also like manage it better when you start working and all that. Instead of just spending it.
Yeah, exactly. So any experience is good experience. So start when you can. Don't feel that you're pressured to maybe invest like $5,000 into something because that's a lot. Like start with what you're comfortable with. But I'd say start saving now and then invest when you think you're ready and when you feel kind of that you've educated yourself enough to start investing. So, So I wanted to ask you, since we're talking about that, do you have any favorite way of investing? Like, especially for students like who don't really have a lot of money, we're broke, to be honest. Like, what do you think? It depends. So I'm not qualified to give any investing advice at all.
Okay.
The kind of best advice I could give is just don't invest more than you're willing to lose.
Yeah, true.
And that's just kind of general advice. From there, it really depends. If you think there are kind of two schools of thought. So a lot of people think, since we're young, we have a lot of we're going to be making money for a long time.
So just risk it.
And not take unnecessary risk, but now is probably the time to do more risky investing.
Yes.
Whereas if we were doing this later in our life, we'd want to go with the more sure bet.
True.
Me personally, though, I'm very risk adverse. I would go with maybe something around 5 or 6%, like a bond or like a low risk stock or something like that.
So what's a 5%, 6% bond? Like where can we find that?
You could find usually government bonds are around that. I don't know the exact exact percentages for sure, but I think because I don't have any investments personally, but I've kind of been looking into it, and that's probably where I would want to start.
So we have 2 more questions for you. Okay. Do you have any tips for students who really want to get the most out of university?
Yeah, so I would say just kind of get involved as soon as you can. Like get involved in a student group, or I mean just to kind of look for opportunities where you can get involved. Because a lot of times when you start applying for jobs and stuff, they won't really care as much about your GPA, or like nobody cares if you got like an A- or an A in this class, but they will care if you got involved with a student group with some sort of other initiative, because that'll look really good on your resume. It gives you good experience, you know, working in a team, just being in a really creative environment, and just kind of, it allows you to work on your problem solving skills, your teamwork, stuff like that.
True.
So I think that's probably the biggest piece of advice, and don't be afraid to kind of meet new people, specifically in business. Like you really want to kind of get out and network as often as you can, and kind of build those connections that'll serve you in your professional career.
That's true. Yeah, I felt like networking is a really big thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm still in my first year, but I'm trying to go to all the networking events.
Yeah.
And it's been really, really, really powerful for me. I met a lot of people, and I met you now, you know? Like, it's really good. And if you enjoy it, do you think also like LinkedIn is a powerful tool?
Yeah, for sure it is. It's really good. Maybe not a tool in itself. LinkedIn's really something that you can use kind of in addition to networking. So once you've kind of met an industry professional, what you want to do, you want to follow up on LinkedIn or email. And then LinkedIn's just a really good way to kind of digitally track your network and to see what they're up to, see if there are any jobs available, because they'd probably be able to give you a referral, which is the best way to get a job,
actually.
the easiest way. So it kind of helps you stand apart from the crowd. So.
Okay. And so our last question is, do you have any workshops planned, any events? How can students get involved? And how do they contact you?
Yeah, so we actually have 2 high school workshops coming up for anyone who's maybe interested in learning more about what Penny Drops does, how they can get involved. So we have one on March 17th and one on April 29th. So if you can't make the first one, like that's okay. You can email edmonton@pennydrops.org.
Okay, we're going to link everything in the description.
Yeah, so that's the best way to get in contact with us, as well as our social media pages. And then our big event for this semester is we're partnering with the MacEwan Commerce Club to bring you tech opportunities in Edmonton event. So a lot of tech companies in and around the Edmonton area are coming to kind of speak with students.
Wow.
So we have like Microsoft, Deloitte, Bank of Montreal, which funds Penny Drops, and then we have kind of BDO, Jobber, Uber, a lot of really cool companies.
Wow, this is amazing.
And that's so that's going to be on March 10th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Nate's Productivity and Innovation Center.
Okay.
And so there will be a link for tickets to buy your tickets for that event.
Perfect.
And it's, again, like as we were just talking about networking, it's a really good opportunity to get out there, meet, I think like 30, 35 professionals in one evening. Yeah, so
guys, you should do that.
It's a really good opportunity. I know that like if I was in my first year, I know I'd be really shy to kind of go to an event like that, but you're really never going to get better at something unless you start trying.
Yes,
so
that's true.
And these professionals, they're not going to bite, I don't think. But they just want to get to know us students better. So it's a really good environment to kind of learn about networking and to start trying it out. So
it's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for actually doing that. Like, this is a really huge opportunity for all of us.
For sure. I just like to be able to provide the opportunities that I wish I had when I was kind of in my first year.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so thank you so much, Tyler. Thank you so much for your time and for helping us know more about you and your club, and for always helping us with our personal finance. And that's it. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And
you as well. Thank you.
Thank you. If you have any questions, please look in the description down below, and you will find everything so that you can connect with Tyler as well.
Looking forward to hearing from you.
Have a great day. Bye.